little video, not on my regular topics. I've been doing a lot of construction videos, but today we're going to have another tourist tip. And this one here is about bathrooms. If you're coming to the Philippines, uh, if you're going to the Manila, Cebu City, Davao City, the major cities, you're gonna have first class restrooms in most cases. Um, they're fine there. What you'll find is just like in the U.S., you'll have toilets, you have toilet seats, you have water. What you probably won't have is any tissue paper or paper towels, hand towels. So that's something you want to prep yourself for anywhere you go in the Philippines. I mean, obviously, if you're in a hotel or whatnot, you're going to be depending on what level of hotel you're in. You're probably going to have soap, hand towels, everything. I mean, if you're at a pension house, who knows? You might only have one towel, and you might not have any soap. Got to bring your own soap. But anyways, and when you get out into the province, that's where you kind of start running into issues. And if you're prepared for it, it's not that big of a deal. I mean, a lot of people, my wife included, are not comfortable using, I want to say, public restrooms. Um, and when you get out into the Philippines, they can be pretty primitive. Uh, when my wife, she grew up with an outhouse or just, taking care of her business out in the jungle. She did not want. She would not go in the outhouse that the Forest Service had. She did not like those, and we had access to a campground that really wasn't being used, and so it wasn't like it was, you know, overused and smelly. It wasn't that bad, and she just did not like that. So here in the Philippines, they call bathrooms CRs, comfort rooms. You ask where the CR is, you'll see signs saying CRs. They're men and women usually, but there's also single bathrooms that are both genders. Um, so basically, what happens is when you get into the province, and I'll show you these pictures here, and you'll see some of the issues. Is that you won't have running water in the toilet. There won't be enough water pressure, and so there'll be a tub there, and the tub will fill up with water, and it will have a tabo there, a little scooper, if you will, and you have to manually have to do the flushing on the toilet there. Even in the Philippines, and should pop up the picture here, they have toilets where they don't even have a tank on them. So you're obviously going to have to do your own flushing there. And what happens is a lot of times they'll have the bucket there with the water filling in it, and then the water will overflow, and then the floor is all wet too. So it kind of freaks people out. You go into a bathroom and the floor is all wet. People obviously think the worst, but usually it's just the fresh water running out of the wall, filling the bucket that has overflowed and created this mess that people have been urinating all over the floor or anything. So it's doesn't sit well with some people, but it'll usually be a tub there, and if there's no water at all, then you got problems there. But usually there'll be running water somewhere nearby, and you can end up in the tub, and you can use that to flush with. And then hopefully when you come out, there'll be some place for you to wash your hands, or you may have to wash your hands in that towel and use that to clean your hands. But that's if you brought your own soap and you brought your own paper and your own towels, because there's not going to be any tissue paper, and there's not going to be any hand towels, paper hand towels to dry your hands. So you got to be prepared for that when you get out there in the provinces in the Philippines. And you can tell by looking at some of these pictures here, and I'll put some text next to them so you guys kind of put it into a context, so I'm not freaking people out. Some of them might be scary looking. There's this one I'm going to show you this picture of. It was the park had washed out. It was at a spring, and the river was by a beautiful area, but it had been kind of closed to the public, and I guess it was sold to somebody else, and they're just trying to reopen it again. I want to go back there, but the restroom there was it was suspect. So, anyways, the other thing is a lot of the toilet seats are not that common in the province. Out in the rural areas, you'll find a toilet bowl, but there won't be any toilet seat on it. So if you got to take care of your business there, you're going to have to either squat or stand on the bowl itself to do it. So practice using your leg muscles, build up those leg muscles so you can do a little squatting. If you want to, unless you're able to hold your bowels or your bladder, because if you have to go, you have to go. So that's really kind of it. The picture is kind of, a picture's worth a thousand words. Kind of explains what you might run into, and it's just something to be aware of when you come to the Philippines. I mean, it's a poor country, it's a developing country, and the further you're out into the sticks, the poorer the people are. So it's just something to be aware of. The other thing is sometimes you have to pay. It's kind of like an honor system. It's not like I remember when I was a kid in New York City. I think you put 10 cents in the bathroom to get into a stall there. But the one I saw most recently was at the Divine Mercy grounds there in El Salvador in Mindanao, and it had a bucket where you put your 10 pesos in to use the restroom, and so that is something you might be aware of. I don't know what would happen if you didn't have your 10 pesos, but given the Filipino people and how nice they are, I don't think they would really care. But just to kind of upkeep the place. And some restrooms, I'll show you a picture here of the one from the Cebu immigration downstairs in the G Mall in Cebu. We were just there. It even had instructions on the wall on what to do and how to use the restroom. So post those there. Just an FYI tour test, guys. Anybody has anything they want to share, feel free. And that's it for it. You want to hope to see you in the Philippines. Thanks.